Hey, what's going on, church family? It's Sean Shetler here, and I have just an awesome scripture lesson and teaching that I wanted to share with y'all. Most of y'all, or some of you, might not know that I'm a pastor's kid. I grew up in the church for a long time before. Later in life, actually, is when I accepted Christ. Later after the military, but I wanted to share with you. Just a teaching about not using the house of God or house of prayer for profit. And so, unfortunately, growing up in the church, there's been a few instances where I've seen, I think it was even a deacon or an elder, decided to use the church for their own screen printing business for t-shirts and stuff. That's an example of the scripture I'm going to go into, which is Matthew 21:12 and 13. Also, I've seen sometimes even pastors that wrote a Christian book, but guess who the biggest purchaser of the book was? The church, right? And so that pastor is using the church to make a profit for their own, to buy their own book. And unfortunately, I saw somebody that was even outside the church body that maybe made a deal or had a conversation with the pastor a long time ago, and they were using a prayer tower, okay, to do counseling sessions with their counseling business on the side. And so that's another example of this. And so the scripture, again, is Matthew 21, verses 12 and 13. And it says, Jesus cleanses the temple. Then Jesus went into the temple of God and drove out all those who bought and sold in the temple, and overturned the tables of the money changers and the seats of those who sold doves. And he said to them, "It is written, my house shall be called a house of prayer, but you have made it a den of thieves." Now, this isn't a perfect example of that. Unfortunately, this person outside of a church trying to use a prayer tower. What does Jesus say? He says a house of prayer, and trying to profit off of it, which is he's charging, or has consultation or counseling services that he makes a living off of as a pastor / counselor. What is he doing? He's turning that house of God or house of prayer into a den of thieves. And so I hope this is a warning, a reproof, and a rebuke, but it's also is a blessing for y'all and a lesson. And I wanted to share this with you. So I hope, again, the message is don't use the house of God for your own profit. And so the scripture, it's Matthew chapter 21, verses 12 and 13. I hope this was a blessing. Thank you.